Welcome to today's Explainer, the Discipline Doctrine. Look, I'm going to set the tone right out of the gate here, because this is serious and honestly, it's urgent. The truth is, most people today are failing. But it's not because the system is rigged against them or because they didn't get a fair shake in life. They're failing because we have gone incredibly soft in an era of extreme comfort. So let's dive right in and unpack exactly what that means for you.
We are living in arguably the most comfortable era in human history. Think about it. You can literally have a 5-course meal or a late-night burrito delivered straight to your couch while tracking the driver on GPS, all while scrolling through endless on-demand entertainment. Literally everything is engineered to make your life easier. But here's the catch. That exact same comfort is killing you. Now, maybe not physically, but mentally for sure. When everything around you is easy, you lose the one specific trait that actually makes you dangerous and capable of achieving your goals. And that's your discipline. Instead of studying, you scroll. Instead of showing up, you sleep in.
So we've got to stop confusing two totally different concepts, motivation and discipline. Let me hit you with a harsh truth. Waiting for motivation, it's a complete lie. Motivation is just a feeling. It's super fragile and kind of like a balloon. It's always going to deflate eventually. Feelings just fade the second things get hard. Discipline, though, that is a committed action. It's solid as a rock. It's about relentless execution, regardless of whether or not you feel motivated on a random Tuesday morning. And this is exactly how the absolute highest performers operate. The elite, they do not wait to feel ready. I mean, think about Navy SEALs. Do you really think a SEAL waits for a sudden burst of warm, fuzzy inspiration before jumping into freezing ocean water at 2 a.m.? Absolutely not. They go into that dark, freezing water for one reason and one reason only, because they committed to doing it. The action always comes first. The feeling catches up later. You see this exact same relentless commitment when you look at someone like Kobe Bryant. Kobe didn't wake up at 4 a.m. every single day because he felt incredibly well-rested or magically inspired to hit the gym. He woke up because he knew that while everyone else in the league was sleeping, he was out on the court getting better. It was a calculated, highly disciplined choice that beat out fleeting morning inspiration every single time.
And this point is driven home even further by David Goggins. We're talking about a guy famous for running 100 miles in a single race on broken feet. Goggins didn't endure that unimaginable physical trauma, the searing pain and just utter exhaustion, because he happened to be in a remarkably good mood that day. No way. He did it because he decided, firmly, that suffering was simply the required toll for greatness. If you want to achieve the impossible, you've got to be willing to pay that painful price.
So if we step back and summarize the core trait of all these greats, the SEALs, Kobe, Goggins, it really boils down to this. They completely removed the option of quitting. When you just take quitting off the table, your brain literally stops looking for the emergency exit when things get hard. Instead, it's forced to start looking for a way through the obstacle.
And listen, this kind of discipline isn't just a modern thing for athletes or elite military. Historical greatness was built by people who had absolutely zero comfort zone. Think about pioneers crossing a brutal frontier, or soldiers storming hostile beaches, or those relentless entrepreneurs building massive companies out of freezing, cramped garages. They weren't sitting around waiting for the stars to align or the right moment. They aggressively made the moment happen. Discipline transcends eras.
Which brings us right to today. The reality is, in 2025, you have more resources, more access to information, and more opportunity than literally any generation that has walked the earth before you. But if you are sitting around waiting to feel motivated to actually use those resources, you are wasting massive potential. It's a blunt assessment, I know, but waiting around is a personal failure that only you have the power to fix. Okay, so how do we actually fix this? We're going to use a daily guide, a 5-step playbook for building mental discipline. Step 1, remove the exit. Step 2, win the morning. Step 3, do it ugly. Step 4, get comfortable being uncomfortable. And step 5, track it. Let's break these down.
Step 1 is to remove the exit. You need to make a fundamental psychological shift here by eliminating internal negotiation. You have got to take the weak, non-committal phrase, "I'll try," out of your vocabulary completely. "I'll try" just gives your brain a free pass to quit when things get tough. You replace it with an uncompromising "I will." Actually, scratch that. It's not even a replacement. It's an upgrade. When you say "I will," the debate is over. The decision is made.
Step 2 is absolutely critical. Win the morning. The very first decision you make in your day completely dictates your momentum for everything else that follows. Winning the morning means absolutely no hitting the snooze button. You get up immediately. And just as importantly, do not reach for your phone to check notifications right away. You dictate the terms of your morning, not your device. Moving to step 3.
Do it ugly. I honestly love this concept. Waiting for the perfect plan or the ideal timing or the best gear, it's just a sophisticated excuse to delay. You don't need to feel completely ready to start. Just start. Even if it is incredibly slow and messy, because imperfect, messy action is going to destroy perfect hesitation every single time.
Step 4 is where things get physical. Embrace discomfort. You have to purposefully choose hard tasks every single day to train your brain to stop flinching. We're talking actionable, difficult daily habits. Take a 60-second cold shower. Force an early wake-up. Lean into that hard conversation at work you've been putting off. Go lift heavy weights. By actively choosing discomfort, you build an impenetrable mental armor.
And that brings us to step 5, track it. Think of a daily habit tracker as your accountability mirror. You must honestly record your actions and your failures on paper. If you did the hard task, check it off. If you skipped it, you have to write that down too. You cannot lie to a piece of paper. Getting this visual feedback forces you to actually own your daily choices.
Doing this entire 5-step process daily leads directly to a concept David Goggins famously calls callousing the mind. Look, just like lifting weights builds rough calluses on your hands to protect them, every freezing cold morning you endure and every heavy rep you push through when you just want to quit thickens your mental skin. You purposely endure these difficult things until eventually they stop breaking you down and actually start fueling you. Because the ultimate goal of this doctrine is profound. Through the daily repetition of these hard, uncomfortable habits, discipline stops being just a temporary action you have to force. It literally transforms into your core identity. You stop relying on motivation entirely because you have fundamentally become someone who doesn't quit. And the person who doesn't quit, that is the person who inevitably wins.
All right, to ground this lesson in reality, I am giving you a direct, immediate challenge for tonight and tomorrow morning. Wake up at 5 a.m. tomorrow, no snooze debate, just get out of bed. Take a full 60-second cold shower with absolutely zero warm water. Then, write down a list of things you've been avoiding, pick one, and start it immediately.
My directive to you right now is clear and it's aggressive. Stop merely consuming content. Don't comment, and do not just save this for later, tricking yourself into thinking you'll magically become a disciplined person tomorrow. Discipline is built one uncomfortable decision at a time, and the only time you can make that decision is right now. The clock is literally ticking on your potential. You have the 5-step playbook. You know that comfort is the enemy, and you know that taking hard action is the only way out. So I'm going to leave you with this one question to think about. Who are you going to be?